All right, video time. July 5th, the day after Independence Day. Gladiolas in the front terrace here, starting to throw some shoots. These ones over here are doing a little better. I'd bet dollars to donuts these are sunflowers. As you can see, that's a big old, looks like a big old flower in there. Gladiolas are popping in here. Another big one. I mean, look at that thing. Super cool. This one's got a little tiny guy going, but these gladiolas are super pretty. And it's funny because all the ones that are flowering now are purple, but there's two different colors here, so it's looking like one's going to be earlier and one's going to be later. Lily still doing its thing. That sunflower I got at Costco, I got that in the ground today along with these other two lavender plants, so I gotta get that, whatever that is, dandelion or whatever weed that is, out of there. This rose is looking great. And these two, they started out early, and it seems like they might have, like they're early guys and they peter out. So here's one more of the lavender. This one's doing great. I'll kind of like, bees. I don't know if you can see that guy right there. There was a big old black bumblebee in here earlier. Other lavender. The tomatoes are doing great. This is the chocolate cherry. So you can see some nice bunches going on here. I came in here and thinned them out about a week and a half ago. It's been a while since I made a video. I've been super busy. I had to come back here and put another string in the back there because that branch was laying on the floor and it's got a ton of tomatoes on it. And then I just like double wrapped this top one because I'm going to use it to pull these bottom ones that are all sagging. I'm going to pull them up. The golden cherry, whatever the heck this thing is. I mean, let's see if I can see they are sugar sweet and it's super cool. Like one of those bunches had like 10 tomatoes and only maybe 4 of them were like that orangish yellow. And I picked it and I put it on the countertop, and the next morning like 8 of them were yellow. It's funny how they all ripened. Excuse me. This is the Better Boy. It's doing finally something, which is interesting. Like I said, these bioengineered ones, these are like slicer tomatoes they're not an heirloom tomato. It's got a bunch of them down here, as you can see. Typically those things grow like very abundantly because they're engineered that way. This is the Oregon Spring. These look beautiful. I just looked earlier. It says that the fruit should be 8 ounces. This is probably, 5. I mean, I picked one of the black crims out of the back because it was looking big and it was starting to split. It's on my counter now, ripening up. The thyme's doing great. Rosemary's kind of, it's doing it. I just put in parsley and French tarragon. I love tarragon, especially in like dips and stuff. I'll talk about it in a little bit. So I ripped out all the kale and all the lettuce. It was covered in those like larvae from those white butterflies or whatever. I mean, they were just covered, so I ripped them out and threw them out. This is one of those yellow heirloom tomatoes we got from Pike Place Market, beefsteaks. My onions are going to flower, so I stopped watering them about a week ago. That's what I heard, but I don't know if you can see. There's some pretty decent sized onions in here. We've already eaten a couple of them. They're super delicious. And then the leeks too. Some of the leeks are going to, and so I got to look up what I got to do because I want to collect these and start my own starts next year. Or just hanging in there. It's not as flowery as it was, but it's hanging in there. This is the German striped, so it's interesting. Like this one's got some decent tomatoes on there. Let me see if I can find another one. Maybe it's just the one. I thought there was more. Anyway, the other German stripe that I got from Costco isn't doing well, which is interesting because the black crim and the Roma are doing pretty well. So I'm wondering what it is. Zucchini's starting to like die off a little. I don't know if I planted too many in the same pot or whatever, but it was super productive. We got a bunch out of it. Purple potatoes are still chugging along. The other day I was watering this big one here, and it like a potato popped out. So I think it's going to be a good harvest. We'll see. The snow peas, they're still producing fruit, but they're struggling. And I don't know, this is my first time, so I don't know if it's a watering issue or if it's a fertilizing issue, but that Tagro, whatever it is supposed to come with quite a bit of nutrients in it. So I don't know, but this is the yellow heirloom. This is the other one. There's 4 plants in here, so I don't know if you can see this or not. It's a decent sized one. There's 3 more there. Another one here. So there's quite a few. Another decent sized one here. So there's quite a few tomatoes, and I love this. Like, it's free, right? Like, I bought the tomato and we ate it and it was delicious. But then I saved the seeds, and I hate these stupid white butterflies, man. Next year I want to do like a whole tent of screen. And I don't know if I'm going to do it with wood or PVC or what. And then I also want to run an irrigation system so I don't have to come out here and water it. Let me get out of the sun. This is the Bahama Bomb, that like orangish yellow cherry tomato I got from Whole Foods. You can see it's throwing fruit down here. And this is definitely an indeterminate tomato. It's like tall and spindly, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to trellis this out. The beans back here are going really well. Tons of blossoms everywhere. Assuming that's where they produce fruit from, but I don't know. So we're waiting for our first bean to come, but it's doing well. Again, the snow pea kind of dying off a little. This is an Anaheim. This is also doing pretty well. There's a pepper down here somewhere. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, down there. Hope you can see it. I got sunglasses on, so it's hard. There's another one, little one next to it too. So these are, I was watching something on Instagram or YouTube, and the lady was saying, like, you can just take your little tomato clippings and put them in water and they'll grow roots. And so that's what I did. So these are more of those yellow heirloom beefsteaks from Pike Place Market. And I just put them in my window for like a week and a half. They grew some roots, and I threw them in there, and they're doing their thing. Which one is this? This is the black Krim. So like I said, I took a decent sized tomato off. It was probably 4 inches across. It's got another one in here, pretty decent sized one. I could have sworn there was some more. This is really like vegetative. I got to get in there and trim it out again. The Roma's doing really good. Let's see if I can get out of the sun. Jesus. There's tomatoes here. Again, this is kind of vegetative. I got to get in there and trim that out. This is the other German striped that I got from Costco. I haven't seen it throwing any flowers, no fruit, no nothing. We'll see. I just planted these. I went to Fred Meyer's, and they, some of the Fred Meyer's are just like a regular grocery store, and some of them are, like a Walmart. And they had a garden section, and I'm like, I can't stop. So I got Bush Blue Lake. So it's going to be a bush bean, not tall and climby. You can see it's already got one lone bean hanging there. This is a Serrano pepper. I love Serranos. So you can see it's already got a couple of peppers going on. Like there's one here, there's one here. Serranos for me are kind of like, I guess what a normal person would consider like a jalapeno, like that very base level of spice. Jalapenos to me just taste like a bell pepper. They don't register. I love spicy food. And then I got a bell pepper here. What's it called? Golden Summer. And then these two here are more of that yellow heirloom beefsteak from Pike Place Market. Artichokes are doing great. I don't know, they got like this brown situation going on. I'm really concerned because we love artichokes. I steam them until they're like just barely tender, and then grill them off. And I do like a tarragon chive mayo with like chopped up cornichon, a little bit of like nice Dijon mustard in there, and you just dip those artichokes in there. They're so delicious. I got 2 27-gallon totes and a 5-gallon that I got to go get more Tegro tomorrow after work. The patty pan squash is going nuts. Let's see if I can find some in here. Oh yes, there's one down here. There's a couple small ones in there. Tons of blossoms. The white potatoes are like, look, this one's dying. So I don't know if that's just the life cycle. I would love that. I would love to get like some whites, and then like, you know, a month later get some of the purples. And then this straw. I know. Look at it. This strawberry. They're tiny. Like they're teeny tiny, but they're so flavorful. It's crazy. And I was talking to my chef at work. He's a farmer, and he said that he thinks they're alpine strawberries. But he brought in a bunch of berries from his farm today to work. It was a salmonberry, mulberries, raspberry, strawberries, and they were so good. I mean, the stuff you get at the store is so nasty. So I'm super stoked about this. And then I was at Winco the other day, and they had Venus flytrap, and I could not resist. So if you can see this one right here, he caught one there. And this one here caught one too. So this looks super cool. I gotta hit it with a little water, but yeah. Tacoma Home Garden update, July 5th, 2026. We're doing things.